Hey traders, welcome to episode 769 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here on a Monday, and I appreciate it. And very, very early this morning, I believe before the sun even came up, Bitcoin began to reverse. Reverse because reasons on multiple time scales. The daily was just too freaking oversold, right? That was one reason why we thought there might be a short-term reversal yesterday. Discussed ad nauseum, right? Remember? And then that was one. And then the second reason was the bullish divergence that was beginning to develop. And it wasn't really mature yet, but you could see it starting to wane. And shortly after that first, waning histogram wick, there you go, man. The engulfing candle started, but there was a doji there, right? It was just a doji reversal. Right, they act as reversals, dojis. Sometimes, a lot of times you'll see dojis that are just on the way down, sideways, indecision, sure. But when you're hitting like a support level or near a support, you're showing divergence. You're extremely oversold. You can use critical thinking there. But the thing is, right? Let's be conservative here. I'm not even using the stupid mailman wick. Okay, I'm using that second wick. There's nothing wrong with being conservative on Fibonacci, man. It's like Worst case scenario, it'll just keep going up and you'll hit a 786 where this probably should have been the 618 or something, right? Not a big deal. But thing is, from that high to low, we've only retraced 23.6% of the way. The 236 is confluent with the old support now being regarded once more as resistance, right? Remember when on the during the weekend, we were testing 73.50 over and over and over. Well, here we go. We're giving another shot. What's happening? Well, you got as high as 73, 78 or something, and now you're at 71.38. Okay. So as soon as you hit that resistance in that 236, beginning to solve. Okay. So the daily, we're right at oversold territory on the RSI. Actually, you're still oversold. Right, if you double click and see it, 29. So still there. So there might be a chance that Bitcoin continues to run up, or it just goes sideways. And when it goes sideways and doesn't dump, then the RSI will continue to climb. And look, your negative momentum beginning to wane. The daily candle being painted is kind of like a bullish harami. You're not engulfing. But at one point today when we were at nearly 7,400, we were trying to engulf. Again, look where the candle closes are on the daily. Very important. 6,800. We haven't had one candle close below it yet, right? We say when you break critical supports, it's not about breaking supports. It's about follow-through price action after breaking. And guess what? You haven't even had a daily candle close confirmation yet below the 6,800 area. So that's good. Very good. I know that we did not hit from this low to high a 1272, but it could just be the fact that this wick was too insane and maybe it would have been more prudent to go from a low to this high, just like I just did. And you would have hit a 1272 if you do it like that, right? Yep, look at that, right? Forgetting the stupid wick, you touch the 1272 like to Jesus. You touch the downsloping support like to Jesus and bounced, right? So again, sometimes these volatility like that is the kryptonite for Fibonacci. Okay, it really is. So sometimes it's best to just be conservative, forget about the stupid wick, and just look at what might make the most sense, right? If you're real big doubt, you can just go candle low close to candle high close. That also might set you free. You definitely would have hit the 1272 there as well. All right, so that's good. That's good. So will the negative momentum continue to wane? And the idea we had where we get a short-term reversal to the upside, make a lower high than the previous high, common retraces, we get back to neutral on the, MACD, and we start maybe even showing a little positive momentum, but eventually when we top out in the common retrace areas between 78.31 and 86.36, we then reverse back to the downside, make slightly lower lows or double bottom, and that's when we start developing the bullish divergence, just like we saw here. All right, we get the same little pattern, same thing going on. The exhaustion for sellers on significant time scales is how more major reversals can occur. All right. Okay, man. So far so good. The divergence, the extremely oversold conditions, having to reset. The oscillators on the daily are trying to reset right now, it looks like. Okay, but if you can't break that 236, that 7400 area, well, then you're just going to start getting oversold again even more, and the negative momentum will just begin to build again. So I think it's a good sign, though, staying above 6800. If we can close the daily in about 46 minutes, that'll be a good sign, right? Good sign. The higher the price, the better before the close. Okay, if you can get an engulfing candle, that would be stellar. No crypto puns intended, because stellar is not stellar. Inverse stellar. Okay, so I hope y'all are having, again, a good day, a good Monday. Hope you got some work done. And that's kind of Bitcoin, man. That's like it, right? We've only had 24 hours, and things are kind of going like we were thinking maybe they'd go. Like, you just can't be that oversold for that long, right? I mean, we were at, you know, Bitcoin on the daily in its entire history has only been at 22 a handful of times. Though it has happened, it's just not that often. Doesn't occur. And when you get there, you don't stay oversold that long. Allie, thanks so much for the sub, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, that sub. All right. So just remember, if just common everyday scrub retraces are to occur between 7,800 and 86.36 before a lower high gets painted, and then we dump to lower prices than this low, and on the daily, that's where the divergence starts showing up. Okay. I don't know, man. I haven't really been looking at S coins, mainly just stocks today. Like, what, dude, really? I mean, oh my God, Bitcoin reversed the upside, and every altcoin reversed the upside for the most part. Great, dude. Oh, except XRP, of course, right? Of course. That's Dash too. And Tezos is down. Hey, remember bearish divergence? Let's go to Tezos real quick. I want to see it. There we go, man, right? Yes, you had a breakout, but it doesn't matter. Who cares if you break out?
Daily bullish divergence on both oscillators on BCH/USD.
James B, it's not just Bitcoin Cash. It was BAT, I think. It was ADA. It was mini Litecoin. Many altcoins were mimicking Bitcoin's 4-hour divergence. Not Tezos. Different story here, and that's why I'm here, because, like, yeah, you want to look at the things that are kind of different. Yeah, we'll look at Bitcoin Cash though next. Okay, man, just for you. Thank you again for the 5. Awesome, dude. So what was the analysis? It was like, yes, beautiful harmonic. You didn't quite get it at 786. Oh man, you just I would say something, but it's not appropriate. You know, it's like, I can't do it. Okay, so it's blue, and that's all you need to know. It's like this color back here. Oh, by the way, does this work still? I don't think anyone even knows about it, or it's completely forgotten. It is broken. What? Hold on a sec. Why is that not working? It says it changed. Just give me a sec, chat. Like, this is stupid. You should be able to change the color anytime you want. What? It looks like it's fixed. I turned it off. Okay, now it's catching up. Or maybe that's y'all doing it now. Okay. Anyway, lost my train of thought, but very cool. It's working now. So the breakout didn't matter, right? Because you knew with Fibonacci how deep of a retrace you were at, right? You were at a 78% retrace, and those are prime reversal areas. But it wasn't just the 786 by itself. It was the freaking divergence. The daily bearish divergence on both oscillators and pending price action reversal to the downside. Certainly getting it and falling back into this channel.
What are your thoughts on US Steel Core X and where it could go before pulling back?
Oh, I love me some US Steel, man. Like 1050 cost basis on that position trade that I'll hold for probably like a year, 11 months or something. I mean, it's such a large pattern. We'll look at it after Bitcoin Cash. Thank you, Iconic the Group, for the Kin Connect. You remember Kin Connect. How do you feel about that, dude? Wreckage. Still a great looking emoji by Chalin, though. Okay. So, yeah, Tezos down nearly 8% today. And your hopes and dreams of a bullish breakout of a downtrend, they're kind of getting wrecked right now. Maybe it'll reverse. Maybe it's overall bullish, but until you break above previous overhead resistance C and A, you are not in a bullish trend right now. You're still, you made higher lows, of course, but okay, it takes higher lows and higher highs. You can't just make higher lows and then lower highs. That's just more contraction going on, right? So beautiful though how it all played out near PCZ. Okay, hype for Tezos. All right, which one do I look at, man? Give me a second. Was it this one? Let's see here. Is that it? Okay, I don't really look at Bitcoin Cash in the 4 hour or anything, you know, so I thought I had something else though. I thought I had plotted something more. It's like just a downsloping channel, right? Let's look at the uptrend you were in and you broke out. Look what happened when you broke out. You rallied and you back tested the channel that was once support as resistance, sold off. You created a bearish range, and eventually you broke out of the bearish range to dump to lower prices. Rallied, rounded out, now you're dumping, and now you're at your pretty much your lowest levels. And of course this is, I guess, some sort of support. Look, there's a candle high close. Oh, duplication. Give me a break, man. All right, you're just at some sort of critical support zone, back from December of 2018. Think about it, man. It's like, hey dude, I own Bitcoin Cash. I got in last Christmas. You haven't made any money owning this asset. So what kind of investment is Bitcoin Cash if after 1 year it's literally at the same place it was, right? That's a joke. Okay, so you're asking, yeah, but of course, maybe it's a low and the same low or slightly lower low. It's doing about the same thing. You get a 4 hour, we can see probably, oh wow, it must be because Bitcoin Cash is just such a good asset, right? Yeah, it's like, yeah, low, lower low, no negative momentum, low, lower low, higher levels, relative strength. Of course, it's just matching Bitcoin. Nothing special about this asset. And if you're just talking about common retraces and stuff, if it's to do that, high to low, common retrace between 237 and 264. That's it, dude. Well, we don't know. It doesn't have anything to do with Bitcoin Cash, all right? If Bitcoin makes its common retrace that we just looked at, you know, on the Fibonacci, then Bitcoin Cash will probably make it up to at least the 382, right? But so far, pathetic. It hasn't even hit the 236, which is at 220. So good for it. Yeah, maybe a double bottom, but that's about it. Okay. Nothing special, dude. All right. Okay, man. So what do we want to look at first? We can look at U.S. Steel on the daily. Fantastic momentum shift breakout. At the end, there was a falling wedge with nice bullish divergence on the daily, but that is not the entire reason why we decided to take a long when we did. No, it was far more significant than this. Okay. You have to go to the weekly to see it. Here it is, man. A pattern that had been in development since January of 2016. Talking almost 4 years. A 4-year large harmonic. Don't mess around, man. 88.6% retrace. Touched it like to Jesus, man. And since it's hit the bottom, it's up like 30+% now. Okay, it's barely moved if you look at the weekly. So there was bullish divergence on the weekly as well on the way down. You could see the falling wedge pattern, which is a reversal. You've broken out. You didn't break out of the pattern. Not only the pattern, you also broke the down sloping resistance. Okay, and so you haven't even come close to a 23% retrace yet. So we don't even really know if this high to low is valid. But dude, if you're looking at a weekly, it's gonna take time to get up to 1850 if it ever does. All right, and if it does, then that's giving us a higher probability that we would eventually retrace commonly between $24 and $33, the 382 to the 618. And that's it, man. So I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but it's in my portfolio. It's just chilling, man. 1050. Just let it ride. Look, it's a swing. It's a position trade, not a swing trade. It's like I'm gonna be holding this thing longer than a week. That's for sure. What I think about EA. It broke 100, then retraced below it. Yeah, it's playing games with my heart. Someone cue the music. Light war, go for it, dude. I don't care. It's there for y'all. You know, the good thing about it, I set it up on Streamlabs to where if you spam the exclamation mark and the color, if you look above in this chat, it won't show up. So like it'll only be spammy on the live chat, not like if you do the replay, you won't see all that. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that's it. U.S. Steel, man. Look at this, dude. It's just think about how long the downtrend lasted. You know, from February of 2018 all the way to September of 2019. It's a long time, a large impulse from C to D, and now potentially a new wave is beginning right at where it should have. Okay. All right, so it's funny, man. Like XRP, which one is that? Bitfinex. Yeah, it's so bad, man. It's like, oh my god, dude. You never hit that. I don't think it's gone any lower than we saw it yesterday, but you know, a measure move was like 15 pennies, and of course you're not going to get to 15 pennies if Bitcoin reverses its price action temporarily, okay? But when Bitcoin reversed its price temporarily, so did XRP, and you know what's funny? It's like it's not even in the green today. All right, it's just a pretty large doji candle. Anything staying below 21 cents is probably going to be devastating for XRP. It's already pretty devastating, the fact that you break below 24, 25 cents. So I do think the longer you stay at these levels, the higher the chance you'll be seeing 15 cents at some point, right? Sal Muhammad, man.
Bruh.
Sal Muhammad tipped $25. Could we peek $1? Thanks for all that you do, brother.
Yeah, we can look at Disney Connect. Oh, speaking of Disney, Disney Plus, The Mandalorian broke a 5-month streak of Stranger Things being like the top most watched streaming series. So that's why, you know, on Starting Soon, I put up the Mandalorian, man, because he is Kang. We should have Disney tattooed across his chest for the memes, man.
Bruh.
All right. Diaz. Let's go to Diaz. Diaz Asset, which is Disney. Okay. What's that? Dang, man. Okay, so Disney, man. And thank you so much again, dude, for that 25. You scared me. I didn't know if Vetman Boy was going to be back. You know, you just never know with him. And the chug variation's back on, so you just had a 6% chance of making me chug a beer on stream. So, monkey ass. Okay, so, you know, once it, you know, it had that false breakout, it couldn't ever break above the, you know, very large uptrend we've been in for years. And we also hit a 1618 up here from your high to low. There were many reasons, and also took a short here. Didn't get all this, just got a little bit. Got freaked out with Trump and stuff. So, but now, you know, it's like it's rallied, right? Earnings came out, and it kind of looked like a flag of some sort, and it's trying to climb. I think the next target on Disney, it's been this way, is 152.43. I think that's probably, you know, it's the previous high to low. Your targets, 152, 155, and then the 1618 is 159.22. I think all this really depends on the macro, man. Like the stock market today, you know, assets like this that probably have pretty high betas, they're just gonna run with the S&P. Okay, so like that's really what's going on. Look, you're overbought, and again, you could probably see in the coming days if the macro holds up, if the S&P doesn't dump, which it just hit a 1414. The S&P minis did hit the 1414. We'll look at it in a second, but that's where you could expect it to go. And each one of these is a potential reversal. It's like, look, the golden zone between the 382 and the 618. It's like there's this is the same thing. It's like the platinum zone, dude. It's like any one of these could be a reversal. Okay. So let's you know what I can do real quick. We clean slate it. It's a lot of stuff going on. I get it. And see if we can try to make sense of anything else. I mean, it does look like that you're legging up pretty hard, right? And that curved line might look pretty good. I mean, it's okay, right? See, I don't even know. if I'll be able to get that many touches. Sorry, man. I don't know, dude. But you can clearly see, I don't know if we can, and I'm using this tool because I don't know if I can get an actual equidistant channel or anything like that, because look, it's like, you know, you've got a support line and then acceleration of demand occurs like that, right? So it's like, this was good. Oh my God, dude, it was almost like oh, we know that, right? The triangle, right? Of course. So look, a potential demand line on Disney could be down at like 138.67. You see it? 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I think we might be able to draw a channel then, right there. There you go, man. So we could pull it out and see if we get more. Another touch. Yeah, you get another touch. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. So we've got ourselves a little velocity trend, the acceleration of demand. Higher, I mean, it's like higher lows, but much higher lows now. Angle of ascent has increased kind of dramatically. So, you know, 138 down here, and then up here, of course, the way we just did it, where we looked for fib extensions, right? Previous high to low. As you can see, there's room to run for sure. Like the top of the freaking channel, depending on how long it takes you to get up there, is like 164, right? So always a possibility to keep on climbing. All right, Disney. Mandalorian's freaking amazing. Yeah, it's good, man. It's pretty freaking good. I like the storyline. Yes, you do need to watch it. You should if you haven't. I'm telling you. Remember when I was like, oh, all the 30.6 rock and not great, not terrible. If you've not seen Chernobyl yet, you should watch Chernobyl. Everyone watched Chernobyl and freaking loved it, dude, right? And then we had a wonderful meme that was created out of it. So, it's at 3.6. You know what's going on, all right? I have spoken, Timbo Time. That's right, dude. Just do full name again. Horizontal channel. Oh, yeah. I get you, dude. If you're using like anchor point 1, April 9th, anchor point 2, October 10th, and anchor point 3, kind of like July 29th. Yeah, it looks maybe a back test running again. Sure. Whatever. That's cool, dude. Tesla's the best hedge. Is it, man? We'll see. See, the thing is, people are like, yeah, it's a great hedge. Maybe it was, you know, on its rally up, and maybe it's just the technicals playing out, but, you know, that divergence has happened and you're back inside of a little downtrend. So what if when Bitcoin reverses, Tesla also runs the downside because it just had a stupendous run? Okay. 3 episodes are out, Drew Martin. Yep, Timbo says it. This is the way. That's right. That's the new one. This is the way. All right, so I had some, you know, barring any more requests, I have some I want to look at when I was scanning, you know, just developments. I mean, US Steel, heck, man. That's one of them, dude. That's just beautiful, and it's a weekly time scale, and I don't even care, man. Just sitting there making gains. Okay, so let's look at Sprint, one that had been a trade setup, and it has been stalling for too long, and it's actually back to the entry level. But when it got back to the entry level, it showed another level of bullish divergence. Okay, yes, another. And so look here, listen. All right, we had a wedge here, we broke out, and it just didn't go anywhere and dumped again. But look where we are. All right, if you have your stop below X, you're safe. You were safe. Okay, I'm still in on this. It's just been sitting there. It's like watching every day. It's not getting to, you know, it breaks this level, then we're gonna talk, right? But I've been monitoring this, and the thing is, it was just like, you can't lose faith. You cannot lose faith. What happened here? We had just standard bullish divergence class A, right? Ran the upside, lower high, it sold off again, right? Like right around that same entry. Okay. was like an 88% retrace and a 1414 fib extension, right? So how many times do we talk about confluence?
Can we look at PLD? Is it the new Zell?
PLD, maybe Black Plasma Connect. Thank you, dude. PLD. Or what about EPD, man? Started reversing, you know, but that one was amazing. So with all this being said, let's make a small adjustment from this swing low to the slightly lower low. The slightly lower low with lower levels of negative momentum and higher levels of relative strength. Give me a break, dude. Okay, so we broke to the upside. It's up 3.48%. You're not even close to being out of the woods yet. You still need to hit a $6 mark for the, you know, from the high to low, the new low. That's a that gives your anchor point here validity. All right, so again, sprint, just refreshing because the fib nodes have changed just a little bit. 652 to 711 if this pattern is to play out. Remember what happened before. This is good, right? You had a downtrend. It's kind of a no trend overall. That's fine. That's great conditions to play in with harmonics. You know you're not being weighed down by an overall long-term downtrend, right? Meh. So you broke a critical geometrical resistance, right? You like gapped up out of it. It's funny how you like closed here and then I don't know what happened. It might have been some deal or a buyout or something on Sprint. I can't remember the catalyst. It was not earnings. It was a couple days after earnings. You blew up to the upside and started creating and painting this harmonic. And again, now it's at maybe a more reasonable, deeper retrace, even greater areas of value at the 88% and 1414 area and more divergence. And so you're looking. These are your common retrace levels on Sprint. Let's go, man. What's the volume on this asset? It doesn't even show me on Prologus.
Can we check out $n.v.t.a?
Of course.
When it is convenient. Can we also get some hype in the chat and smash the likes?
Hype in the chat!
Dude, Sal, your pal. Thanks so much for the freaking 20, man. And I think you're the same Sal that's Sal Muhammad in the 25. So thank you so much for the freaking 45 on the day. Killing it, dude. Yeah, we'll look at NVIDIA. That was actually on my list, man. That's looking wonderful. It was actually one of the top performers on the S&P 500 today. It's doing wonderful. Man, oh my God. The position. I've been in this since like before I went to Vegas, dude. Yeah, 38% since I entered this. Re-entered it, whatever. Good God. And it just keeps climbing. But there are storm clouds possibly brewing on NVIDIA. And we'll look at it in just a moment after PLD. Thanks, dude. So again, I don't know the volume on this. It looks like it's real estate. So I don't know, man. Real estate is kind of touchy. It's tough to buck that, you know? Really tough to buck. We'll just go to the, I don't know if we get to use the big screen. We look at the weekly. Give me a sec. Okay, let's do it in here. Let's see what we can do. All right, so let's, first off, you look at this, you're like, oh, this is the first thing I need to do. It's go from my previous high to low to see where we are. You're at a 1414 fib extension, right? So you're not even at the golden mean ratio yet, which is at 102.48. You're at $90.86. Right at it. Okay? But the divergence is, I mean, yeah, it's kind of there. Yeah. Like a high on price. Let's see if this is even valid. If this is real. I don't know why it just did that. So high on price. A much, much higher high on price. Lower levels relative strength. But you are at the highest level, so it could keep climbing and invalidate this soon. All right. This whole impulse, the whole impulse up, you've been waning on negative or on positive momentum on higher prices. So you are diverging. It's just not, you know, there you go. Maybe it is. Since we got to that negative Momo stuff for a minute. Yeah, you're showing some divergence, bearish divergence in the weekly. It's just, it's not like Nike or Texas Instrument levels, it's not as clear or clean, right? So there's no real pattern here. Like, right, it's just straight line up. It's real estate, isn't it? Yeah, commercial real estate. Tough to bucket, man. So this is a potential reversal area, right? So if this is to play out, then this is it. You'll reverse the downside, but if you reverse, it might be a short-lived reversal, and you could run up to hit 102 or just 100 psychological resistance, right? 90% of assets that hit $91 or so hit 100. So that's interesting. I mean, dude, you're talking the weekly, and we're talking like this was the all-time high back from right before the real estate market crashed. You're hitting these fib extensions now. Wow. Of course, we could just get a parabola tool or something like that. It's whatever. You know, the leg ups probably started like here, 1 and 2. You could probably draw something. I don't know. Maybe we go to log scale. Oh my God. I don't know, dude. Log scale would be like, you know, it's maybe holding on to something, but 1, 2. See, look at that, dude. Look at that. Forget these fibs. I'll just remember 1414 in linear, but this is a log scale chart, right? And you're just at that upsloping resistance right there, dude. Again, I don't know, man. Real estate's kind of weird for me. All right. Thanks again, Blood Plasma. Oh, you want to do some bonus education real quick? I didn't even know it was here, but I just saw it. It's like, okay. You want to talk about people coming in to the stream yesterday and many days before that, right? Since the dawn of time of this live stream. Where should I buy? Should I buy now? Should I do this or that? Well, you know, you should be asking questions. You know, what are you buying? Why are you buying at this price? You have to have an argument. An argument based on technical analysis. Someone's like coming in chat and be like, I'm buying this. I'm buying calls on this. I'm just literally shorting this. It's like, okay, why are you buying at that price? Why are you shorting at that price? And it's like, where's your stop loss? And why is your stop loss there? It's like, where will you exit your position? And why will you exit your position, right? You answer all these questions. You never, ever have to ask a live streamer in the live chat, should I buy now? Should I sell now? Should I take profit here or there? Because before you even take a trade, buy, right, sell, short sell, whatever, you should have all these questions answered. So there can be no doubt that you have an actual strategy before you make the trade. Okay? So hopefully this could cut down on the should I buy now? All right. So that's it there. So there you go, Sal, man. Bonus stuff. All right. So NVIDIA killed it today. Up $10.32, almost 5%. Hype. Something's going on though, right? It looked like a pseudo ascending triangle to me. Also a major XABCD, which the 886 for me is 265. That's a big reversal, major reversal for a pattern. It's like a bearish bat. But there's also a smaller harmonic where we could get a shorter term reversal before, you know, retracing and then rallying again, maybe to the 886 later. But here it is, right where a gap fills. Yeah, a gap fills, dude. Right around that. Let me see. I can't. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? It's all over the place. All right, so, oh yeah, the gap. You can't even see it. There's a gap fill at 230, 231. We'll just say oh, look, oh my God, dude, right? How in the world? Listen to this, chat, all right? You call me crazy if you want. But we go from our major swing high, the all-time highs on Bitcoin, nearly $300, and we go to the lowest point. Right, we just exceeded the 618. Okay, golden retrace. So you'll be in the middle between the 618 and the 786 when this happens. Oh, this is log. No, because I was saying, I think this area is actually the 618 out of log. There it is. Okay, yes, thank you. I thought it was crazy because I'd done this analysis before. So not in log scale now. High to low, 61.8% retrace. But then from B to C, a 1.61, no, sorry, from X to A 1.618. So we have confluence between the 618, the major 618, and the 1.618 of this pattern with a gap fill, with bearish divergence building. So you can't tell me there isn't a potentially lower risk area for a short here, maybe just for a little bit before it pulls back from a low to a high, hits like a 38% retraces and runs again to eventually hit the 886 for that major pattern, right? Major pattern, looking at it. Maybe it's showing up on the weekly. No, it's not even showing on the weekly. I guess I got rid of it. Hold on, dude. Sorry. Some of this stuff I didn't get rid of. I don't even know. This shouldn't even be here. What I'm talking about is X, A, B, C, D. There it is, right? So you reverse here for a little bit, then you rally again eventually, and it will take a long time, take a while, right, for all this to develop. That's the idea. So you can have harmonics within harmonics, of course. So does that help, Salman? We got an argument. We presented our case to the judge, Judge Allison Nathan, at the $228 to $230 area for a reversal to the downside. This thing's been killing it, man, nonstop. What I was saying, man, you just sitting in this 38%. Yes, look here, listen. Exactly. I don't. Is it really that? No way. What? Tickers cut off side of the chart. Well, you're not. It doesn't matter. Like, why would anyone need to see this? Right? Who in the world will be looking for what asset I'm looking at and just literally omit the work I put in to crop this and create this enlarged ticker that shows the time scale too? Who cares about looking left at this NVIDIA Corporation 1 day CBOE BZX? It doesn't say anything that the enlarged ticker doesn't say. So it doesn't matter if it's blocked. And here you can see it, right? I've extended this out and I'm keeping this here so you can see it. All right. So I don't know what you mean, dude. Anyway, so that's NVIDIA, dudes. So something similar to NVIDIA. Google, man. Doing something. It's the same pattern. Actually, it's a butterfly. And the thing about the butterfly is, right, anywhere between the 1272 and the 1618, it could reverse. But here's the 1618. I think we made it the 1414 and reversed. A little bit higher. You want a little bit higher than 1414 and reverse, but it may not be over. You might get one more hurrah, but the divergence is there. But I'm thinking, right, like, I know it diverged here and you sold off. But remember, you're looking for, like, the different islands. This is all kind of like part of the same thing. And look where the RSI is. If we can rally and maybe hit that 1618, which is just a little bit higher. Right, if we can hit that 1618 up here, maybe we'll get to up to like 69.70 on the RSI. Maybe we'll get back to positive momentum and we'll have lower levels than before. And then we can start saying, all right, man, might be time for a big, big reversal on Google. Okay. So the target for Google for that reversal for potentially taking a short is 1350. Maybe we can get there, man. Just maybe. What was that, Ramsey King? Sometimes I analyze assets that only have one letter, of course. Yeah, S, Sprint. X, US Steel. T, AT&T, also a loser on the day. What's up, Aaron Z? Thanks, man, for the kind words. I really appreciate you watching. Appreciate all you watching. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Dang, dude, it's already been 48 minutes. What's going on with time? Time's insane. Okay. Another one I was looking at that is very close. All right, the time is nigh. The time is near on Cuervo. I think it's Cuervo. The ticker's Cuervo. It's Cuervo Incorporated. All right? You thought, oh man, we missed it. We were screwed. FOMO into the short. But look, it's not quite there yet. And so what's climbing with the macro? I guess this has a high beta, maybe. I mean, this is up 2.55%, almost 1 million volume. So meets the criteria to take a trade on this. But waiting patiently for the 1618, the golden mean ratio, to hit, and that's right around $105. Okay, so what are we at? We're at 104.31. We're so close, man. You better have your alert set up. Well, mine's set up. It almost hit. This is it, man. All right, let's see if we can get some confluence up there. Well, the high to low here, but what about the previous high to low? Probably not. Oh, maybe. So it's... You kidding me, dude? So we've got, chat, we have confluence. We have a 1.618 from your this high to low gold mean ratio. But from the major high back from June of 2015 to February 2016, we have a 1.27. You know what? 1272 fib extension. Sorry, dude. Losing my mind. All right. So we have, I didn't even notice this. Didn't even do that. So great amount of confluence at this area. The only unfortunate thing about this asset is there's no bearish divergence. And it's impossible pretty much to get bearish divergence after maybe potentially a breakaway gap. And that actually could kill, this this trade if it just keeps going. But again, man, stop loss at 109.21, maybe even 111 if you're scared about the rounded 110. But if it was to reverse these areas, I think the first wonderful target could be previous all-time highs back to like $88. That's a 3.88 to 1 reward to risk. And if it went lower, it's a Fibonacci, I believe. You're talking like $97. No, I'm sorry, not $97. Friggin' $80, but it's a 5.85 to 1 reward to risk on Cuervo Connect. Okay.
Bruh.
Can you look at Bitcoin, Mitch? It has moved $1. Please, for my family. Just sipping on my Irwin coffee, man. Did you miss Yext? Not yet, but Yext, we can look at it, and Yext, we can potentially maybe hit the targets in time. Wonderful, wonderful trade setup on Yext Connect, dude. And that was one where people were already losing faith. It was in the red zone, right? Not the football red zone, but the red zone as in you had your entry and it fell below it. People were freaked out. Oh my God, I'm scared. It's like, we get stopped out yet? No. And the reversal started, and it's been going ever since. I try a crypto plan. Maybe it did. So, if you want to, that's on the list as well. Yext Connect. Let's go, dude. Let's freaking go. People were scared, and it's like, dude, we painted another level of bullish divergence. Class A. And then the RSI ended up giving us what we wanted. And it's like, how can you say no to this? So today, it's up 3.44%. And the entry was 1507. So not doing too bad. All right. This is a beautiful, beautiful looking bullish Gartley. It's fantastic. It's textbook. It's literally, you can't get more textbook than this. A 1414 fib extension with a 786. Look where the reversal happened. The price reversal zone. The pattern completion zone. Look what you did. Bam. All right. So from the highest point to lowest point so far, nearing that 382, 38% retrace, which is the beginning of the golden zone. 1772. Okay. And that's it. Between 1772 and 1983, we could see a potential reversal to the downside. That's it. Yeah, we'll look at EA next. Okay. So does everyone understand? Can we get some
Hype in the chat!
for all these amazing looking assets on the stock market? They're doing all kinds of things. We find short opportunities, long opportunities, all kinds of opportunities. You go to the crypto market, what do you find? Be real, dude. Be effing real. What do you find on the crypto market when you scan? You don't find crap. You don't find anything worth anything. Okay? It's just like they're all the same. It's like a homogenous market. Just crap. Illiquid, scammy market right now. Just the momentum, there's none. There's no positive momentum, right? It's in a correct. Bitcoin's obviously still in a correction. Okay? Until Bitcoin starts rallying again, starts running to the upside and consistently makes higher highs, higher lows, and breaks overhead resistance looking left, this market's not going to do much better. Okay? You're just going to keep making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows until you finally bottom out, and it might not be till a 786, right? An 886 if you're not lucky. Bitcoin dumped $100 just now. Oh no. That's right, Alex, man. So let's do it, dude. Let's look at EA Sports. It's in the game. I think even, I gotta put it on my soundboard. Zachary got it for me, I believe. I downloaded it too. So here we go, man. Playing games with my heart. That dreaded... It's not dreaded. It's just the coveted $100 mark. That 100, that rounded number. We broke it and just couldn't follow through. And so... Could you say it's confirmed yet? I wouldn't say it. There's no candle close confirmation until... This pattern's still not real yet, believe it or not. So you're just really hoping that EA can break that tomorrow or the next, week or so. It doesn't matter really how long it takes, but eventually needs to break, keep making higher lows than these lows, and everything will work out. All right. Potential slanted inverse head and shoulders still up 0.61% on the day. That's it, man. Break 100 and you could be Kangs. It's way cheaper to get in versus the stock market, crypto, Glenn. Tell me how. You understand that like there are exchanges now that are free to trade. Like there's no transaction cost. Like they don't take any money when you buy and sell. I don't know. There's not one crypto exchange that exists out there where it's free except for maybe Robinhood, right? So I don't know where that comes from, that it's more expensive to get into stocks than it is crypto. That doesn't make sense to me. TA Sports. It's in the name. There you go, Danji. Nice, man. Very nice. Midway of the RFI or something. Billy knows it better than me. Okay, EA Sports, man. So let's look at Apple now. Apple Connect continuing to climb. We thought, it might have been a fake out. Oh my god, dude. And just boom, just rallying again today. Bullish Mara Bazoo candle. Yeah, man. No real wicks. Just complete buyer domination today. Straight up 266, up 1.75%. All right. So it exceeded the 1272. The 1414 is the next target, which is $272.15. And that is a potential we could reverse there. All right. You've been diverging the whole way up, and maybe we get to the 1414 and eventually show more divergence, and that might be it. Maybe we never get to 290, which is the 1.618. This pattern is massive, though. The bearish butterfly that has a very large PCZ, pattern completion zone. You could reverse at any one of these fib nodes. The 1272, it's been destroyed. So the next target, again, 272. Bankhead, what about it, dude? Tell me literally, you're just saying a ticker. What about it? that's it, man. I mean, some of these assets I've already analyzed and charted, and so like going back to them is not very difficult because like we're already monitoring them. I've already scanned them today, looked at them. Stand-up comedy? No, dude. I'll let Bill Burr do that. Okay. Leave it to the pros. HubSpot. I mean, yeah, we can look at HubSpot, sure. Well, no, wait. Let's look at TCS first. I really want to look at that. This one, I think I just scanned for, or maybe someone brought it up or something. The storage container group. All right, dude. Look here, listen. And this is just standard Wyckoff beauty here. And maybe it doesn't manifest into anything, but you got to look left since 2016. Support, support, support. Look where you are. You've hit the support, and now, beginning of the week, you're up almost 7% today on TCS after hitting an ice line, a very critical ice line. So just, you got in the zone and you're going. So I don't know how high this is going to go, really. Not really that sure. You could probably just go from this major high to low. High to low to see retrace. I mean, first things first, you got to get to $5, and that's the 236. But look at the divergence that look at this low and the slightly lower low. But it's like low, about the same low, lower levels negative Momo, lower levels relative strength, and then you make a slightly lower low, the shortening of the thrust potentially. And look, you see the negative momentum is almost inexistent, and you do have higher levels of relative strength. So there it is, impending price action reversal of the upside on a weekly time scale at a critical ice line. Those are some good coinciding variables right there. And even if it fails, it doesn't matter. You're playing the mini, not the one. All right, so you look at one chart, you look at 1,000 charts. Okay.
Hey Mitch, made a killing with VRTX. Is it time for a pullback?
Vertex Energy. What's up, Iconic? Thanks again. Another 666. Much love. Oh, Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Sorry, whatever. Energy. What was I thinking? Energy. Oh my god, dude. That's complete bonkers. It's like is it an upsloping flag? Or was it an ascending broadening wedge? I think ascending broadening wedge, that's somewhat, right? But oh yeah, dude, look at, oh my god. Chat, look at this. Holy crap, man.
Bruh.
You're just right at the top. The demand, or sorry, the supply line, you're at it, right? What else? High to low. You've exceeded the 1618, mother of God. We'll see if there's any more major, I don't know if you have it or not, high to low. Yeah, see, you've exceeded all those fib extensions, man. This thing's gone nuts, dude. So your fib extensions, there's nothing you can do, man. It's just like, you got to think that, I mean, look, you're overbought now. There's no divergence, of course. You're just at a critical resistance. So for me as a trader, though it's going straight up like that, and it might reverse here, that's only like one coinciding variable, right? One supply line, trend line, that's it. What if it just keep going straight up again, man? There's no impending price action reversal to the downside. So normally on high flyers like this, I want to see divergence. And I don't think you can even see, look at the weekly. Maybe the daily has some. Daily doesn't, I mean, it kind of does, but this could just keep going, right? It actually broke out today. So maybe we could see some correlation, the trend line, you know, what's going to happen, right? It could break out and back test it and stall up here. And then, man, you could have a nasty plunge to the downside with gaps to fill. Look at this gap down here at like 183. So I wouldn't go short on it immediately because it just broke out with candle close, daily candle close confirmation today. But man, this is definitely an area to keep your eye on. It bucking the major fib extensions or the inner fib extensions. You know, outer fib extensions 247. So I don't know if it's going to get there on this impulse. It'll definitely move down first, probably, right? So maybe diverging on the MACD, but yeah. Potential reversal area. You could definitely make the argument with this supply line. Okay. Hype for Vertex Pharmaceutical Connect. Beautiful, beautiful pattern though, right? the drunken champagne glass, the megaphone, to some extent. Great. TD Amerischwab. Oh, I love it, dude. I freaking love it. Okay. What am I looking at next? Vertex? What was Vertex? Alright, sorry about that, chat. It's been, the daily candle is closed, the new one has been born. Alright, what did we do on the daily? All we did was fail. But let's look left and see, alright. Alright, yesterday the weekly candle closed this big red candle. Look left, it held above it. And then yesterday we fell below it, but we have not had a candle close below it yet. So all we've done so far, right, on the weekly is between 6,800 and 7,400. You're just bound between it until one gets a resounding break to the downside or upside. Neither's happened yet. All right, the weekly's great. It gives us a lot of vision and lets us see how the price action is correlating to historical support resistances. Okay. The daily just shows us with newly adjusted trend lines, of course. We 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top. We hit that bottom again using not the mailman wick from a low to high. It seems like we had a 1-2-7-2 down here. We were also showing 4-hour bullish divergence on both oscillators. Okay. Common retrace levels if this is going to manifest into some sort of common scrub retrace. And it might, because the negative momentum could continue waning while we keep making slightly higher highs or slightly higher prices, not higher highs, slightly higher prices while this continues to get back to neutral, while this gets out of oversold territory. We hit a 382, maybe around 7,800, and then we sell off again to make a lower low. And when we make that lower low, we're looking for the bullish divergence, man. All right, go to the 4 hour. Okay, just using this wick, not the craziness, the high to low to see that we've hit a 236 and no higher. So we're at the shallowest retrace. But unfortunately, the shallowest retrace happens to be confluent with a critical resistance area. I think you breaking 7,400, you could see 7,700 real fast. There's just not really anything until there, right? 7,750 up here. And that happens to be right where the 382 is. So breaking 7,400, you could see 7,800 to 7,750 right after that, okay? And that is where we would probably expect some sort of sell-off again, a lower high. But again, it could be so trash and there could be such little demand on Bitcoin that the reversal happens to the 236. It happens sometimes, but that's not that common. The most common thing is it does this and then sells off to lower lows. Does this, sells off. This sells off to lower lows, okay? So far so good. The hypothetical we were talking about yesterday of why it might reverse because the daily was just so over freaking sold and the 4 hour divergence coinciding with that. Right, and so far on the daily, we have not had one candle close below that 6,800 mark, which is good. That's a good thing. You want to stay above critical supports, historical supports. We wicked below it, but wicks don't mean anything. That's not where everyone closes their position. The positions are closed on the candle close. And as you can see, we fell below it, had a very resounding bounce, and into the day in the green. Even though before it, though, not very good. Look left, look here, listen. Exactly. If you go to Charles Schwab, Ring Freeze Master, or TD Ameritrade, 0 fees. 0, dude. So, Mr. Loaded. Do I think it's better to wait for long? If you're talking about trying to hold long term, I think that there's definitely an opportunity for lower prices. But you have to understand, like my hypothetical, I keep talking about, like I feel like I'm going crazy because people keep asking, and I know you're not like, but like, dude, I did like 3.5 hours or 4 hours yesterday of streaming. And how many times I talked about the hypothetical, and the same thing we talked about earlier in the stream, and just now really, where you make the lower high, you sell off, you make the lower low than this low, but you make your sellers are exhausted by that point, and that might be the good long, maybe around 6,200, 6,150. Okay. Black Friday sales, yeah, I know, dude. It sucks because like my subscription runs out like a month and a half or 2 months before Black Friday every year, so kind of sucks. And thanks for the 434 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, the bell, that sub, we're like 8 likes away from 200, and I think I'm like 20 subs away from 21,100 subs. And you know, it'd be great if we could get there in the next year or two. I know it takes forever, but whatever. I'm gonna do something again. I always have to do. Streamlabs sucks. That's it. Enough said. Okay, we're good. I don't know, Shariba, if you can or not. Jonathan Allen, that's not going to change anything, dude. You think people are going to like watch that? You know how many times I've done static videos or that are not long and done all these, dude, it's like never going to end. There's an unlimited amount of people that come in and out that ask the same questions. They come into the stream late. They didn't hear the beginning of the show. They don't rewind. They just want to know the answer here and now. So it's like, nah, dude, me doing an FAQ or anything like that is not going to ameliorate the situation. Oh yeah, Kevin, is that true, man? I don't think so, man. I don't think that's how it works. Tej, work hard, man. Tej, do you have a Roomba? You should definitely get a Roomba if you don't have one. It's like the best product I've ever bought, probably. So good. It's worth the money because it gets carpet. I have like a lot of square footage, so it's like, dude, I'm not gonna sweep my whole house upstairs and vacuum the carpet upstairs. No way. Roomba does it all for me, and when it's done, it knows how to get back to the port and charges again. Jeez, Dean, man, I'm sorry to hear that. He says commercial real estate is so expensive in the UK. He decided to shut down his place after 20 years. Rent is unaffordable. Yeah, sorry, dude. What is that, Jimmy? Dude, I think there will be a massive sell-off for XRP when price jumps again. What do you mean price jumps again? You mean when price dumps again? I don't know. J and D are like far away from each other on the keyboard, kind of. Same row, but... Well, thanks for the 204 likes. Y'all are all worlds. Best community of all time. Trade hats rolling out. I don't know how merchandise is gonna increase growth to the channel, right? I mean, I guess if other people are wearing the stuff out in public, people be like, what's that? But they'll just be like, oh, that's Alabama. They'll just mistake the script R for the script A. It doesn't matter, dude. Make Bitcoin great again. It's still great. It's still fine. I mean, just think about this time last year, it was in the 3s. Okay. There was mass panic. We were getting closer and closer to that first low before the little automatic scrub rally and then the next dump after, right? You see what I'm saying, though? Like, this is what happens, right? You have these impulses down and then you get 2 oversold. This might have been all-time lows, the lowest level of RSI we've ever seen on Bitcoin, I think back here, maybe. And then what happened, man? You had to reset your oscillator. So look, you got all the way back up to like 34, nothing, before selling off again. And when you sold off again, you made higher levels of relative strength. And so that's what we're looking for here. The same combination. Your Roomba is named Marcella. Why? Why is it Marcella? Jeff, man, should have been more punny than that, right? So if I bought again, it would just be like, I would then have like 1 year and 10 months or something, instead of just 10 more months, because I bought it like, renewed it like 2 months ago. Is that what you're saying? It's pretty cool. Maybe I'll do that. I do like the sale though. It's kind of incentivizing. In Vancouver, you pay 1.5 million so you can tear down a house to build. Monopoly money, right? Up there. Canadian dollar, man. Definitely Berkuzzi. Yeah, no, I gotta work on that for sure. What's up, Chili Dog, dude? Welcome.
Bruh.
Chili Dog in the house. All right. So what happened today for an asset that is, been around for thousands of years? What happened, dude? Well, it sold off. A new day's begun. It's selling off a little bit more, right? It is pretty much hit the 382, I guess, but it's continued to go down. Why would it continue to go down? Because guess what, man? U.S. consumer spending is good. The sentiment is good. The Fed has cut rates 3 times in a row. Right, all those things are not really good for safe haven assets, because it's just like, but still overall, the bull trend, I think, is still going on, but I do think there are much lower prices we could go. Areas of value down here, look, 1376, if you're lucky, which I don't know if it'll ever get down there, but if it does, it might be momentous opportunity. 1348, 1350, that neckline that we never back tested, we went straight up pretty much to that next available resistance. We're selling off, so you might get there, but maybe not. But again, there's definitely more value areas down here. 1410, 1380, 1350. Okay, on gold. Not having a good time with these equity markets, killing it. All right. Thanks, Chili Dog, for saying something in the live chat. I love when someone subs and when I actually hear from them in the live chat. That's cool, dude. Thank you, man. Stick around. You're the Roomba at your house, most love, Pats. That is unacceptable, dude. That is repugnant. Get with the times. It's worth it, man. You'll like bite your lip when you buy it, but once it arrives and starts working, you'll just be like, how could I have ever lived without this thing in my life? That'd be a great idea, dude. ICO. Let's just IPO it, dude. Okay. No one even cares about ICOs anymore. You might get some Silicon Valley money if you go IPO instead of ICO. Well, yeah, I mean, no one's, I brought it up before, the amount of money that's being infused into the economy, and yeah, and gold right now, because the short-term effect of what it's doing, Buddha time, butter time, is it's going to make the equities market run to the upside. And so the short-term effect was that, but also short-term effect is consolidation after momentous run, a couple momentous runs on gold. All right, safe haven assets just not going to perform that great while equities are pumping. Yep, it's PPT, plunge protection team. President trying to get reelected. Somehow this president has tied his entire legacy to the stock market's performance. So you could bet your butt that it just might keep going, dude. All right. Element P. RIP. What's up, Juan? Is it Julian? Juan Julian or Juan Julian? Vallejo. Cervantes. Thank you so much, dude. I wish I had 4 names. I know most of you do too. Oh, HubSpot, my bad, dude. Sorry. Hubs Connect. I look in this in log scale. Did look at it today, but it had fallen out of a big time. Beautiful channel. It's kind of concerning there. Right, you see it, log scale, anchor point 1 and 2, and then 3 on the bottom. Beautiful touches in the middle, but look, you're out now. You broke out. But yes, at the same time, you're kind of forming some bullish divergence. It looks like, right? You had that one other little low that you can see that should have been divergence. But maybe, just maybe, this is the way it looks, right? A low, and you still, even if it's a higher level, it's still extremely lower than this move. So there still might be some seller exhaustion going on HubSpot, the falling wedge. So we could break out of that. It's not a very large pattern. And also you could think about it like maybe, right, good old cipher, XA, B, C, and then D, 786. Right, that could also be going on too, if you didn't look at it like that. Always possible. We actually didn't look at the S&P. We'll look at it next. You didn't look at it in log? Yeah, it kind of fell out of a really nice trend, which is kind of weird. Not good so much. But that's why maybe the cipher could play out, right? It's does that makes a lower high and then the trend reversal happens? I don't know. It's such a good uptrend though. It's beautiful. It's gonna be oh yeah. I mean, like, the chance for any kind of reasonable pullback is over, long gone on the stock market. When the crash happens, it's gonna be real bad. It's gonna be a 2-year long plus recession. It's going to be bad, and that's why I think cash is still king. Cash is still like the best asset, the best thing to have, right? Majority of my portfolio is cash, all right? And it's just because when the recession happens, right, we've been 11 years, okay? 11 freaking years in March of this market cycle. The longest one ever is 15 and a half years. I think it was back in the 50s or something like that. And we had another one that was like 13 years. But like, you get up to those levels and just keep accruing cash, because like once it happens, yeah, and you can be exposed to the market too, right? Don't be like just sitting sidelines like missing out. Like, dude, if you're diversified, like, you're affected not as bad by a market crash if you have a lot of cash in high interest savings account, and you can wait and wait and wait. And like, if you start seeing major reversals, like big crashes happen, those are a lot of times kind of what starts recessions, crashes, big dump days. Oh, it's the largest percentage dump in the history of the stock market. Like, those are the type of things you look for. So, but at the bottom, man, think about, what is it? Apple's at $200 something, going on 300. Think about Apple getting back down to 150. Maybe 130. Who could ever think about it ever hitting those levels again? But it could. Very well could. So you can have life-changing wealth at bottoms of the stock market, recessions, okay? And so it's like, that is why it's so important if you're like crypto-minded. Like, I've only been working almost every day for almost 2 years now, trying to be a gateway drug for people to understand that there's a way more efficient market. There's multiple more efficient markets than crypto, and your life can change. Okay, once we see it, and it's going to be fun to cover it when it does happen, because in a free market, recessions and market crashes are part and parcel. They're natural. They're as natural as a sun setting or sun rising. Okay. So the SPX. And it's doing, look, the two little situations, right? It just goes down here, or look, it continues going bullish Marabazoo on the S&P 500 today. All right, it's hitting the upsloping resistance, the supply line once again, exceeding the 1414 fib extension once again, gapping up. So gap fills down at 31.11. So maybe we fill that at some point, but saying it could just keep on upsloping, hitting this upsloping resistance, and maybe hitting the 1618, and eventually then selling off, right? So it's like both ideas. Okay, divergence is there, but look, yeah, this much negative Momo is nothing, and so you're about to start building positive momentum. Probably tomorrow, sometime, the early part of this week, you'll start seeing green again. And maybe on the higher prices, you show much lower levels than here. And then it's like triple MACD bearish divergence closer to the 1618. And then it's like, oh, the argument becomes even stronger for reversal of the downside. Okay. A few more on the charts, probably. Most things will dump. And a lot of things, even precious metals, when those crashes and recessions start, those precious metals will also dump too, believe it or not. People just take out money. They go to cash, right? They're going to the entity that won't move really, right? Cash. So people can get in at lower prices or can just protect themselves from losses. People just panic and go to cash, right? So if you got that idea and understanding, then why not have that as your, when you're 11 years into a market cycle, why not have that already as your largest asset or your largest holding, cash? What's up, Nippon Cowboy? Yep, diversification is the key to happiness. Absolutely. All right, man, we've been live for an hour, 24 minutes. Looked at a lot of assets today. Bitcoin is, of course, doing not much anything. 7120 looks very weak. Oh, wow. One bullish Harami held a support, and chances are it held that support because of absorption, right? There's just some buyers and scalpers down there still. A lot of orders to be filled. A lot of absorbing to do. So look at the Qs though. This one's on my SQs. Look at these. Look at this break. All right, so it's broken out of its wedge. It's stupid, but major levels of confluence. I'm talking 3 different levels of confluence where you have a 1414, a 1618. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just 2. 1, 2, 3. Ah, yes. So the confluence area between 205. Yeah, it's like 205. Anywhere in 205, you've got a 1414, a 1618, and another 1618 at 205 on the Qs. That is insane confluence. The meeting of 3 rivers, not 2. So that is a big time potential reversal area. There's nothing above you except a major 1618 beyond this point. Insane. That's 214.54 for an index. That's nuts. Okay, so all-time highs today in tech. Crazy, man. Crazy market. SQ, no, not really, but I did see that rejection was today. Sucks. Yeah, I know, it's like a big freaking shooting star reversal candle. I know it can reverse, man, but it's a 50% retrace to high to low, so that's a big reversal area, like, gotta hate that candle being painted today. It's not overbought though. God, see, that's like, there's no bearish divergence at all, and you're not overbought. So it's like, yeah, I know it sucks that you failed to break this today, and it's a bearish pattern, but it's just the bearish Japanese candlestick pattern by itself. Nothing else helping it. Maybe on the 4-hour there's some bearish divergence, but what if it sells off a little bit and runs again? Like, measured move of the pattern is up at like $74. My God, there's a gap fill at $81. Looks like today it filled a gap, or tried to. Right here, 69 and change. So I think there's more upside potential on Square. Okay, you just gotta understand and look left, right? Like the support. Like this area is so critical, and you failed to break out of it bearishly. So you got back and you tested it, and confirmed that you're gonna stay inside this range. And so if you're at the bottom of the range, look, man, there's just a lot of upside potential here. The more major resistances are up at like $82, dude, with gap fills. So I still like Square, man. Still like Square. Tesla, you know, it actually gapped up today, barely, and then just continued. It sold off all day for the most part. Tesla, same thing, right? 88.6% retrace, bearish divergence on the RSI. Having a chat for our community finding this. Probst and others, I think, but really the main thing was like you didn't even have to see the harmonic to understand that an 88% retrace is bearish divergence. Those are like key ingredients for a reversal to the downside. That's the Mariana Trench retrace, the 886 from that high to low. So yeah, it could continue to sell off. Okay. From your low to high, you haven't even hit a 23% retrace yet. So unless this just says, hey, you know what, man, it's time to fake out and screw all the shorts. Tesla is kind of known as a short graveyard. Shorts have been slaughtered for years on this asset. And there's like cult followings behind shorting Tesla, actually. But so yes, of course, it could just keep going, fill the gap, and just keep on running up to 388 to major overhead resistance all-time highs. But if this pattern's to play out, you would at least expect 318.
I am a broke college kid. Thank you for all the education. I'll likely use it once I can start trading. Kings.
Bruh.
Nolan, well, I'll tell you this. You're on the right track, and you are getting into this world before I did. I didn't start this stuff till 23. I'm 32 now. So if you're in college, man, that's freaking awesome. And one thing I can just tell you is just keep investing in yourself, man. This is a great hobby to have, to keep building on every day, right? You just keep building it. It's like your base. Keep building that base, that castle of knowledge. One day you'll have a freaking fortress. Thank you, Nolan, man. Love seeing younger people getting into this stuff, okay? Because when I got into it, I didn't know anyone that was into it. None of my peers. No, I couldn't talk to anyone about it. It was just like alone, just learning this stuff, infatuated with it, just obsessed with it. It just sucked. And so having a community like this is it's like a dream, man. Never thought I'd ever have anything like this. It's so cool, dude. It's a community of people that all care about the same thing, and that's technical analysis and trading, dude. What's up, Pooh for me? Beyond Meat's a joke? Yep, maybe. It was like a little crazy pump thing. Okay. Forex scammer, I don't know what you're talking about. Going after me? What does that mean, dude? Going after me? Isn't that the guy that predicted 46,000 before the end of the year? Why would I care about someone that does that, dude? Just saying. I don't care about any other content creator, really. I do my own thing. We do our thing. We analyze charts, right, every day across different markets. We look for trade setups. We do education. That's it. I don't know what other people do on their streams. Okay. Yeah, Jimmy, it's tough, man. Like, you know, you have to grow up. You have to grow up to care about this stuff. Like, you have to realize, like, hey, man, I want to better my life. I want to make more money, right? You don't have that feeling when you're like 15 and 17 years old. So, I mean, there are some kids in our community that are that young, but most of those people just don't. Dude, I don't care. So, wow, someone's making fun of me. I don't care, dude. Yeah, keep making fun of me while I'm living the dream, living my best life. Like, I care. What's up, FYX? He says, "Say, welcome to the Young Kang Gang." No one in your school even knows what the market is because economics doesn't even teach it. I could see that. Kind of sad, but you're focused on your grind. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. Okay, so that's it, man. You would think that we would at least see 318, which we haven't seen yet. And weird enough, today it made a higher low than you saw on Friday. Okay, so the gap could fill, but again, man, 88% retrace bearish divergence. Okay. Oh yeah, we need to look at Litecoin, dude. Log scale Litecoin too. It's beautiful. It's freaking beautiful. Work of art. All right, the downtrend today. Litecoin painted a candle exactly, or yesterday painted a candle just like Bitcoin. Rallied up. Was up 4 or 5%. Mimicked Bitcoin price action. Yet all it did was hit near resistance and sold off. It closed kind of like a Harami indecision candle. Okay, sideways. It was oversold, and now the negative momentum is beginning to wane. Great. So if Juice WRLD got into crypto and you're 14, well, crypto is cool and all, right? But it's, there are many crypto channels that are just all crypto, right? This is not just about crypto. This is about trading and swing trading, and you can do this and have a life. You don't have to sit behind your screen and just stare at it, being a scalper and a day trader, right? This is a hobby. It's something you can do, make money on the side while you live your life. You take care of your kids and have your wife, or not, right? You can get as crazy with this as you want to. They're coming for me, Skyward, man. Oh no. You've traded illegally. Well, maybe don't say that, but hey, man, that's awesome. That's extremely cool, and it's like a redeeming quality of Gen Z. Gotta love when Gen Z gets into this stuff, technical analysis and trading, man. Gotta love it. Renee, you're 41, feeling 25. All right, that's good. Very good. Take care of yourself. They've done studies. There's like scientists have done studies on people that were frequent smokers at young ages and stuff, and like age is a number in a way from their study, and it's like people do age differently, right? The way they take care of themselves. Someone can be like 28, but they can really be about the age of like 40 if they didn't take care of themselves for many years. So yeah, take care of yourself if you're young. Take care of yourself if you're old. What? FYX? People got arrested, 14-year-old trader? That's pretty cool. That'd be a cool thing. I got arrested because I was trading, dude. All right, man. Well, we've been live now for like an hour and 40 minutes or so. So it's been a good stream. We've looked at a lot of assets. So far, so good on Bitcoin, on what the idea was yesterday, where we were extremely oversold on the daily. We were showing bullish divergence on the 4-hour. It was in development, but it really started maturing really, really early this morning. And then we got the doji, and then the bullish engulfing candle after it, and we had another follow-through price action candle and brought us up to test 7,400, and all we've done so far is fail. We failed to break 7,400. Okay? So if this asset is to actually make a common retrace, which we don't know, because the 236 is shallow and we see reversals there. If there's little demand on an asset, we will see reversals of the 236, which we're starting to get right now. But if it's just to make a common retrace from that previous high to low, you're looking between 7,800 and 8,630. Okay. Eric, we already looked at Tesla. What? You must have just got here, dude. Literally just got here, because we looked at, it was like 2 assets ago we were looking at Tesla. Okay. All right, y'all. So leaving you with that. It could be here. If we break 7,400, we're going up to 77 to 7,800 real fast. And that could be where we reverse the downside. And by that time, when we get up there, on the daily, the negative momentum would have waned all the way back to neutral, maybe even got into positive territory. And then we sell off again, we make the lower levels, and we get that divergence. And that is when we could strike. Okay. Beautiful. So thanks so much for everyone tuning in today. Appreciate all the likes, love, support, the contributions. Sal, dude, thanks for that 45 on the day. Session Top Jesus. But, also thanks so much to Nolan and Iconic, Black Plasma, James V. Thank y'all. And Eddie Bennett, thanks for joining the Patreon yesterday. I forgot about that. It was just a random time. And so it's late in the month. But really appreciate the support from all of you. Thanks for the new subs. I'll be back sometime. I don't know when. Volatility, if it picks up again, I'll be live later. But till next time. Respect, T,
I have some evidence Van Bear Pig could be in this area.
Adios, turd nuggets.